Well, the Supreme Court arguments for the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus the state of New York or Bruen, the oral arguments at the Supreme Court are over. They just ended. I listened to all of it, and it was fascinating. I am not a constitutional lawyer. I'm not even a lawyer. But I do get the sense of listening to people, because I do that for a living, and listening to arguments. The Solicitor General from the Biden administration, Department of Justice, she basically sucked and would have very weak in her responses to questions, some of them being softballs from the liberal side of the court. The questions that were asked by the liberal justices were hard hitting. The questions asked by the conservative justices were hard hitting. It really comes down to whether getting prior approval is an infringement on a constitutional right. That's kind of where the question lies. There were arguments about, well, you can't have a bunch of guns in high density areas, and the argument against that, or the conversation against that, was, well, the more people you have, the more risk you are, and so there was that. My sense is that this is going to be a 5-4 decision in favor of the Second Amendment. That's the best we could hope for. Justice Roberts is going to be the swing vote on this, and he gets a little squirrely. The court decision was on whether the permitting scheme, that is getting prior approval, was constitutional. It did not allow a discussion or argument about whether or not carrying in public was the right. The argument was that the permitting scheme, getting prior approval or showing just cause, did that infringe on the right? And we'll see. I mean, this was the state of New York and the solicitor from the Justice Department. I mean, she was weak. Her arguments were weak. The attorney for the New York Rifle and Pistol Association was on it. He was on it. He got close every once in a while when he was responding to Sotomayor, and he almost kind of got in her face. I mean, I was saying, "Oh, please don't do that," but he was good. So I wish I could say I was optimistic, because I'm not. As I said, at best, this is going to be a 5-4 decision in favor of the Second Amendment. But Roberts is the swing, and we'll just have to see. So no time to clutch our pearls, but I'm sure there'll be other analyses and so forth. But just my personal impression of listening to everybody, both the solicitors as well as the justices' questions and the hard arguments that were coming from especially the liberal justices. I don't know, man. I don't know. So it'll probably be into next year, January, February, maybe we'll hear something. We'll get a ruling. I hope it's sooner than that. But it's my thoughts. If any of you have listened to any of it, I'd appreciate you putting your thoughts down as well. As with always, thanks for watching, and carry on.